G'day and welcome to Aussievision. I'm Dale, and today we're going to talk about the Big Five plus host Switzerland. Now that we've seen not just their photos, but we've seen those 30-second clips as well. So we've waited till now to have a little chat about those ones there. So let's start with France because I think it's alphabetical, and also they are probably like third favorite in the odds, and a lot of people talking them up. So it was very important to see what did this actually look like. And I think it's very good. Like, I think what works incredibly well. When you have that visual of it all kind of like swirling around and you're sort of a bit further back, it does look visually stunning. And the Sands of Time thing, I'm kind of getting there as well. Her vocal sounds fantastic, really good. I need to see the whole thing because the one part that doesn't quite work for me is when all the sand's falling on her, you can kind of see it getting caught, like it's been in her mouth and it's in her hair, and it just takes me out of the moment. I know it's a little thing, but these little things matter, and I don't know, I kind of even imagine the feeling of that on her, and so I have this kind of visceral like, ooh, I wouldn't want all that sand falling on me, and I don't want to feel any negative emotions when I'm watching a performance. But when further back, I'm not feeling that. Does that make any sense? Anyway, it does for me. So maybe it's just myself feeling that way because it's a really unique concept. I like that they're trying to do something out of the box here. They're trying to win Eurovision. So it could just look fantastic. But there are some questionable things like the first shot we see in that 30 seconds, like the positioning of it coming out of her from like behind. I just don't think that looks visually great. That's all I'll say. I think everyone's probably made their own jokes about that one. So I don't know. I just think it's the concept's there. There's moments you see it and you go, wow. But yeah, I'm not sold. But it is still beautiful. So I need to see the 3 minutes as always with these things. Let's move on to Germany. Now, this is actually a bit better than I was expecting. I like the big kind of cassette CD player, whatever we're going with there, that she's on top of. I think it's great that she's singing the ba la 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 part, even though there's very heavy backing on it. That's okay, as long as she's singing it. That's the main thing. And she sings throughout the rest of it, and she sounds good. People were very worried about her vocal, and I mean, it's not going to be a stunning Luan that we just saw from France, but I think it does the job. I like the staging concept. She definitely comes down from what they were saying, so it's looking pretty good. I like what Germany served up here. It's it's not doing anything out of the box, but it's very, very good. I like it. And so for some people who might be going, oh wow, look, Germany just has that, and you think it's great, and France you don't. I do think France is great, but when you take a big risk like that, it's high risk, high reward, but high risk also sometimes doesn't work. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying, oh, okay, there's some elements of it that I'm not about. But anyway, Germany looking good. Love the song as well. And I really want them to get a good result with something like this. It's probably one of the most modern songs we have in this year's competition and something that can set it forward. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the song, and I thought the staging looked pretty good. Let's move on to Italy next, which is an interesting one because we've got Germany singing in German this year. We've got Sweden singing in Swedish, and then we have Italy doing English subtitles. Like, the world has gone mad. Everything's gone turned upside down. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I do like when people use little bits of lyrics in their performance just to give you a flavor about what the whole thing is about. When you have literal subtitles, I think that says you don't have confidence in the song. Or maybe to translate to viewers. Obviously, it's a brilliant song. It came second at Sanremo, but maybe you're doubting the ability to work as something that transcends kind of borders and language there. Because there's a lot of meaning, and it's a wonderful song when you see the lyrics. And it's not the kind of typical thing of like love or loss where you can pick that up very quickly without knowing, the language. This is a very kind of story about him. So I do understand why they're using it, but yeah, I'm a bit like, oh, Italy, back yourself a bit more here. Like, maybe you've just allude to it a bit, but I'm not gonna not vote for a song because it's got subtitles or not. But yeah, that's just an interesting choice. I do like the big speakers. And he's definitely doing the same kind of Sanremo performance in the outfit and the other guy. And actually, I think it's framed quite nicely, and I think it works for the song. So, staging wise, the simplicity of it, but the way it works, I mean, look at his outfit and look at him. I think it adds enough there. So, I kind of like what they've got. It's basic, but I think it works. All right, let's go to Spain next. And this is one of my favorite songs of the year. Like, I won't lie, I love it. I think it's second or first sometimes. And I was really hoping for a lot here. We're seeing the end of the performance. You can tell from that. She's doing that big note, which she's just hitting brilliantly and kind of extending it more. Like she's going, come on, juries, give me a little bit of something. I like her outfit, and what her dancers were wearing looked like it was pretty good. I'm not sure about all the LEDs and the positioning, everything. It's very light, and I'm just not sure that color is working with it. I don't know. It feels like there's something lost from the heart that we saw in Benidorm. And I think she's up on the stairs, it's the end. I reckon she's gonna jump off and they're gonna catch her or something, or he's gonna throw her or something. Who knows? So it looks like it's gonna be a dramatic finish. I'm just guessing here. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm hoping the rest of the song will kind of build up better for that 30 seconds, because I don't think it's lifted. And that's a shame, and I really feel like Spain's let themselves down a little bit on the staging, but we haven't seen the full 3 minutes. I love the song. She's going to serve diva. The photographs that we saw of that big dress, she's obviously going to have something at the start. I think she's being lowered down. This all sounds fantastic. I just think that 30 seconds lacks a bit of impact, and we will obviously see the dancers closer to her throughout, which is key, because you're not even connecting with those dancers in that full 30 seconds. But it's the last 30 seconds. It's fine. There's still hope. I really wanted to see it do well. I love that song. All right, well, we'll go to UK and then the host. So UK next. This is interesting because I think they look really good. Like I think they look great and they pop on the screen. It just like it to me. The two things are good, where you got the chandelier and it's very dark and the lighting and the LEDs look pretty good, and that looks good and they look good. I'm just not sure if those two match together, because they've got quite pastel-y colors, and then you've got this big kind of bright and dark kind of things of, not bright, but like dark with the lighting and everything. They just kind of clash in some way. They just don't seem to work together naturally. And I hope there's just more than just a giant chandelier there. Their connection's very clear. They're having fun with it, which is really lovely. They sound good. They're going to be going for jury points here. I do worry about the public vote here, and I don't think the staging's given anything for the public there. So prepare for the worst, hope for the best, UK fans, about public vote, just like Australia does every year. Jury is where I think there might be points here, because it does sound good, but I kind of expected more from the staging, that's all I'll say. And Switzerland to finish off with. Like, wow. Like, stunning. I think this is the first, other than being excited about Australia and some other ones that have impressed, it was kind of my first wow moment of staging this year. When that first shot, it looks like a video clip. It looks like a beautiful video clip. The way they've filmed it is just stunning. We've only got 30 seconds. You know, that could end up being a long 3 minutes, and what else are they doing? But that's the first moment I've gone, wow. Like, this is really just like incredible. Looks beautiful. She has a real potential to get a very good jury score here. I think there'll be a natural thing about not voting for a host entry, which just kind of subconsciously happens with people. And it has no chance of winning, but it has a chance of a high result if the wow could be put across that whole 3 minutes. And its simplicity in a year full of bombastic, out there, crazy songs is something of its kind of unique selling point it's always had. I was hoping for that wow from France to turn France into a contender, and I didn't get that wow from them. So 30 seconds, I can reverse all my opinions by the time I see it in screens, and then we'll go from there. But really great to see the Big Five and host, and looking forward to seeing them next week. Anyway, if you didn't agree with me, please don't hate. We haven't seen everything yet. These are just my opinions at this point, but we'll see how it all turns out. Thanks, guys.